or here and there a tall tree higher than the rest, conspicuous in its outlines against the translucent sky. With this exception it is the same. The same clear sky dropping into the depths of the forest, the same outlines, the same forest, the same horizon. Day after day, week after week, we hurry to the summit of a ridge, expectant of a change, but the wearied eyes, after wandering over the vast expanse, return to the immediate surroundings satiated with the ever sameness of such scenes. Carlyle, somewhere in his writings, says that though the Vatican is great, it is but the chip of an eggshell compared to the star-fretted dome where Arcturus and Orion glance forever. And I say that though the grove of Central Park, New York, is grand compared to the thin groves seen in other cities, that though the Windsor and the New Forests may be very fine and noble in England, yet they are but faggots of sticks compared to these eternal forests of Unyamwezi. We marched 3 hours, and then halted for refreshments. I perceived that the people were very tired, not yet inured to a series of long marches, or rather not in proper trim for earnest hard work after our long rest in Kwihara. When we resumed our march again there were several manifestations of bad temper and weariness, but a few good-natured remarks about their laziness put them on their mettle, and we reached Ugunda at 2 p.m. after another 4-hour spurt. Ugunda is a very large village in the district of Uganda, which adjoins the southern frontier of Unyanyembe. The village probably numbers 400 families, or 2,000 souls. It is well protected by a tall and strong palisade of 3-inch timber. Stages have been erected at intervals above the palisades, with miniature embrasures in the timber for the muskets of the sharpshooters who take refuge within these box-like stages to pick out the chiefs of an attacking force. An inner ditch, with the sand or soil thrown up 3 or 4 feet high against the palings, serves as protection for the main body of the defenders, who kneel in the ditch and are thus enabled to withstand a very large force. For a mile or 2 outside the village all obstructions are cleared, and the besieged are thus warned by sharp-eyed watchers to be prepared for the defence before the enemy approaches within musket range. Mirambo withdrew his force of robbers from before this strongly defended village after 2 or 3 ineffectual attempts to storm it, and the Wagunda have been congratulating themselves ever since upon having driven away the boldest marauder that Unyamwezi has seen for generations. The Wagunda have about 3,000 acres under cultivation around their principal village, and this area suffices to produce sufficient grain not only for their own consumption, but also for the many caravans which pass this way for Ufipa and Marungu. However brave the Wagunda may be within the strong enclosure with which they have surrounded their principal village, they are not exempt from the feeling of insecurity which fills the soul of a Mnyamwezi during wartime. At this place the caravans are accustomed to recruit their numbers from the swarms of pagazis who volunteer to accompany them to the distant ivory regions south, but I could not induce a soul to follow me, so great was their fear of Mirambo and his Ruga. They were also full of rumours of wars ahead. It was asserted that Mbogo was advancing towards Uganda with 1,000 Wakonongo, that the Wazavira had attacked a caravan 4 months previously, that Simba was scouring the country with a band of ferocious mercenaries, and much more of the same nature and to the same intent. End of chapter 10, part 1.